The Krevax slave ship Dread Harvest materialized in the Andromeda sector with its usual predatory efficiency. Captain Zixlar chittered with satisfaction as his scanning arrays detected the small disabled transport vessel drifting near the asteroid belt. Easy prey. The universal constant of piracy held true across every civilization. The weak became merchandise. What the captain didn't know was that the disabled ship contained Jamie Holt, an 8-year-old human child, and Snaps, a honey badger who had been genetically modified for Earth's colonial expansion program before the pair became unlikely refugees. The boarding, klaxons wailed through the Dread Harvest as Zixlar's crew swarmed the transport. They found Jamie sitting cross-legged in the cargo hold, her auburn hair tied in 2 messy braids, calmly sketching in a worn notebook. Beside her, Snaps groomed his claws with deliberate slowness, his small black eyes tracking every movement the boarding party made. A human juvenile, Zixlar hissed, his translator rendering his excitement in standard. The Zorvathian collectors will pay a fortune. And what is that creature? That's Snaps, Jamie said matter-of-factly, not looking up from her drawing. He's my friend. You should probably leave us alone. The Krevax warriors, each standing over 2 meters tall with exoskeletons harder than titanium, laughed, a sound like grinding metal. One reached for Jamie with a 3-fingered claw. Snaps moved. The galaxy had never properly documented honey badgers. Earth's xenobiological database listed them with a simple warning: approach with extreme caution. The Krevax had no such database. In 3 seconds, Snaps covered the distance between himself and the nearest warrior. His teeth, designed to crack turtle shells and rip through beehives, found the soft joints in the Krevax's exoskeleton. The warrior's scream echoed through the ship as Snaps climbed him like a tree, tearing and biting with methodical fury. I told you, Jamie said, still drawing. 2 more warriors lunged forward. Snaps released his first victim and launched himself at them with a snarl that seemed impossibly large for his compact body. He weighed barely 12 kilograms, but he fought like he weighed 1,000. His claws, enhanced by the colonial modification program, carved through armor plating. His hide, thick and loose, made him nearly impossible to grab. The Krevax had conquered 47 species. They had enslaved populations across 12 star systems. They had never encountered anything like this. Zixlar watched in horror as his elite boarding party retreated from a creature barely larger than his forearm. Kill it! Kill them both! You really shouldn't have said that, Jamie remarked, finally looking up. Her blue eyes held something the captain would later describe to the Galactic Council as terrifyingly calm. She reached into her backpack and pulled out a small device, a human emergency beacon, but instead of activating it, she held it up for Zixlar to see. My mom was a xenobiologist, Jamie explained, as Snaps systematically dismantled another warrior in the background. Before the colony got attacked. She taught me lots of things. Like how most species in the galaxy evolved as prey animals who became smart enough to build ships. You know what humans evolved from? Zixlar's translator struggled with his panicked chittering. Persistence hunters, Jamie continued. We chased our food until it died from exhaustion. And you know what honey badgers are? They're what we made when we thought, what if we could make an animal that's too angry to die? Snaps had now cornered 3 warriors against a bulkhead. They fired plasma weapons at him. He ignored the burns and continued his assault, his modified healing factor already closing the wounds. Here's the thing about human cubs, Jamie said, standing up and dusting off her pants. We're the only species in the galaxy that keeps predators as pets. We domesticated wolves. We keep snakes in our houses. Some of us even hug bears. She paused. Well, the bears usually kill those people. But we try anyway. She pressed a button on the beacon. Not the distress signal, something else. Throughout the Dread Harvest, holding cells opened. The Krevax had been busy this month. 43 specimens from 17 species poured into the corridors, confused but newly freed. I hacked your ship's systems while you were watching Snaps, Jamie explained. Turns out your security is really bad. My mom taught me coding too. Zixlar lunged for her with his own claws extended. He never made contact. Snaps intercepted him mid-leap, latching onto the captain's face with a grip that would require surgical intervention to remove. The captain's screams joined the chorus of chaos echoing through his ship. Jamie walked calmly through the carnage, Snaps eventually dropping from the captain's ruined face to trot beside her. The freed captives parted before them like water before a blade. News of the tiny human and her impossible creature had already spread through the ship's corridors. They found the escape pods. Jamie programmed coordinates for the nearest coalition outpost into 40 of them, then helped the confused captives inside. Most were too shocked to speak. A few managed to whisper thanks. One, a Diluvian scholar, stared at her with all 6 eyes wide. "What are you?" The scholar breathed. Jamie smiled. A child's smile, innocent and bright. "I'm human. We're new to the galaxy. You should probably tell everyone about us. Tell them we don't like slavers." She climbed into the final pod with Snaps, who immediately curled up in her lap, exhausted from his rampage but purring with satisfaction. "Oh, and one more thing," Jamie added before closing the pod. "Tell them about Snaps too. Tell them humans have friends like this. Tell them what happens when you threaten a human cub." The pods launched. Behind them, the Dread Harvest drifted dead in space, its crew incapacitated, its systems locked down by an 8-year-old's code. Within a month, every slaver organization in the sector had a new rule: never engage human vessels, never capture human juveniles, and under absolutely no circumstances should anyone go near the small, fearless creatures humans called honey badgers. The galaxy learned quickly. Humans might be newcomers to the cosmic stage, but they brought with them something the ancient species had forgotten in their millions of years of civilization: the raw, relentless ferocity that came from evolving in a world that tried to kill you every single day. And if their cubs were this dangerous, the galaxy shuddered to imagine what the adults could do. Jamie, Holt, and Snaps became the first entry in what would eventually be known as the Terran Warning Database. The file was simple: human juvenile, age 8, allied creature, honey badger. Result: total tactical defeat of Krivak slave vessel. Recommendation: avoid all contact. Do not threaten human young. Do not underestimate human fauna. Snaps had earned his name honestly, and the galaxy had learned its lesson: never trap a human cub, and definitely never trap their honey badger.